So Errol the Truth Spence versus Shawn Porter fight have been confirmed for September, possibly on pay-per-view. That's what was holding the fight back. So we're yet to see if the fight is going to land on pay-per-view or on free TV on Fox Sports. Now, if the fight does come on Fox Sports, that could promote a huge mega fight between the winner of Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman and Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter. Because we know Pacquiao finna carry the Keith Thurman pay-per-view numbers. However, when Errol fights Shawn Porter, Errol gonna have to carry the pay-per-view because Shawn Porter is not a big name to carry the pay-per-view with Errol. However, Errol feel like if Mikey is finna fight on pay-per-view again versus Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia obviously lost to Shawn Porter, and Mikey just got butt whooped by Errol Spence. So if they gonna land on pay-per-view, he feel like his fight should be on pay-per-view because it's more meaningful, and they both were the winner of those fights, and they fighting for 2 straps. And I definitely agree, but I feel like in order to build up the Keith Thurman fight, if Keith Thurman is able to beat Pacquiao, and also if Keith Thurman is even willing to step in the ring with Errol, for that fight to get built like a megastar fight, like Keith Thurman wanted to be, I feel Errol Spence should fight on free TV because way more people gonna get to watch that fight, which might translate to pay-per-view money when he do fight Keith Thurman. But at the end of the day, why is he playing this hard role for himself when he could be making a lot of money fighting Shawn Porter on pay-per-view himself, instead of the long run where he trying to build a mega fight with Keith Thurman when he knows he finna whip Keith Thurman anyways? The big money fight is really the Terrence Crawford fight. So he knows Keith Thurman is just a warm-up fight. So at the end of the day, he looking at the big dog in the division, which is Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford is the #1 pound for pound. And who doesn't want to fight for that position, especially when it's a big fight also, a big money fight, I should say. So what's understood don't have to be explained. But getting back to the topic, Shawn Porter looking like he already in shape. He looked like he could fight tomorrow, to be honest with you. He was sparring light heavyweight, and he's already in fight shape. Meanwhile, Errol Spence, I do not believe he started training camp yet. Last pictures I seen of him, he looked like he was really chillaxing. So Errol Spence ain't taking Shawn Porter too seriously, but he should, because Shawn Porter got that style, even though he lost in the past to even maybe Ugas, but he got a style that makes you look bad, and he always competitive. So at the end of the day, can Errol Spence stop Shawn Porter? Can Errol Spence dominate Shawn Porter when we know, yeah, he lost, but he never got dominated? So can Errol Spence do to Shawn Porter what he been doing to all his other opponents? I mean, I know people gonna bring up Mikey Garcia, but Mikey Garcia was there to survive. After the 5th round, he was not trying to win, and he didn't let his hands go. It's easier to survive. All you gotta do is just try to avoid the big shots, stay cover up all night, and that's what Mikey Garcia did. But if he wanted to win, he would have definitely got stopped. And me personally, I believe Errol Spence could have pushed for the knockout and was a little better, more selective with the shots. He could have possibly got him out of there, but he was doing his thing. You know, he dominated Mikey Garcia, showed a different element to his game, and he proved a lot of doubters wrong. And we'll see what Mikey Garcia does with Danny Garcia, because Danny came out stating that he wasn't impressed with Errol Spence. So we'll see. The only way you could top Errol Spence's performance is by you dominating Mikey Garcia and then stopping him. And a lot of people are favoring Mikey Garcia to win the fight, and that's a 50-50 fight right there. However, Errol Spence dominated him every round, destroyed Mikey Garcia and all his previous opponents. Matter of fact, he even did them more greasier. I mean, he takes fighters' soul, really. So if he's able to do what he's been doing to Shawn Porter, whom everybody looked bad against, it don't matter if you win or you lose. Keith Thurman went through hell in Fight of the Year. Danny Garcia lost a close fight. And Kell Brook, yeah, he won the fight, but it was a very close fight, and he held all night. The referee really should have took a couple points for him holding all night the way he was holding. He was really holding for dear life, but I had him winning the fight. And Ugas, it was a tough fight. I had Ugas winning, but it was a close fight, and Shawn Porter pulled it off. He edged the fight. So if Errol Spence is able to do to Shawn Porter what no one have, which is dominate or stop Shawn Porter, because Shawn Porter gonna come to fight. At least that's what I hope. He been saying Errol Spence don't like him. He hates to see him as a champion. He don't like to see him on TV with his green suit. So that's Shawn Porter's opinion. However, he's responding to Errol Spence saying he can't sell out a family dinner. So that's why I'm saying this fight shouldn't be on pay-per-view because of that reason. If Errol Spence feel that way, then you know you're going to have to carry the pay-per-view. But at the same time, I do see where he's coming from, and Errol Spence does have a point. And like I always say, subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't listen to these casual-ass fans. And who y'all got winning this fight and how? Because a lot of people are favoring Errol Spence, but it's just how he going to win is the real question, because is he going to be able to dominate Shawn Porter? Is he going to struggle with Shawn Porter like everyone else? And we all know Shawn Porter will be in shape, and he's already in shape. So Errol Spence got to get in shape, and we'll see how he performs versus Shawn Porter. Like I said, I favor Errol Spence in a dominant fashion, possibly even stopping Shawn Porter. But Shawn Porter got other plans, and he got big plans for himself as well. Obviously, he's been avoiding the fight in the past. However, the money is worth the risk now, so he's taking on the fight, and we'll see if he's able to have another gear, because he's gonna need one. He definitely gonna need another gear, because what he been showing so far, especially versus the Ugas fight, does not tell me he's ready for somebody like Errol Spence, a fighter with his type of intensity and skill level and stamina, athleticism, etc., etc. It's just he on another pedestal with his speed, power, timing. It's just Errol Spence, a hard guy to deal with due to his fundamentals being sharp on top of everything I just mentioned. And the only fighter I see that's going to give Errol Spence hella problems around his weight divisions is Terrence Crawford. But it's a fourth quarter fight, and we get to that in due time. So peace, and we outie.